What's up? In this video, I'm gonna explain to you exactly why you get tired fast when you're surfing. And of course, I'm gonna show you how to fix it. So it comes down to bad paddling technique, which are symptoms of bigger problems so we're gonna fix these problems here, the symptoms will go away. So if these symptoms are causing you to get tired fast when you're surfing and miss waves, the solutions are gonna make you surf for hours without getting tired and catch tons of waves. So worth it. It's very, very easy, fundamental stuff too, so let's get into it right now. Okay, problem number one is paddling with your head down. And this comes from having a weak neck, bad posture. And this is a bad one because you can't see where you're going. Or also if you're like constantly trying to hold your neck up with weak neck muscles, it can hurt your spine, hurt your neck, and have issues like that. Another massive problem is when you're down low like this, you aren't aware of your surroundings. So you can't shoulder check to see where the wave's going. Are you near the peak? Is the wave gonna close out? Are you in line for the wave? Are you gonna drop in on someone? So when you see people who have bad paddling posture, paddling with their heads down, they never ever look to see what's around them. They always burn people. And so that's you can't be a good member of the lineup if you don't know what's going on around you. So having weak neck muscles is a problem there, but also you'll never paddle properly either. So having a weak neck is not necessarily being weak, it's just that you're not strong in the awkward position of laying belly down, head high, because it's an unnatural position compared to modern lifestyle where you're sitting, working computers, driving, being on your phone. The phone is the biggest culprit. So here's something that I do in my regular life every single day. So if I work on my phone a lot, do a lot of writing, captions for Instagram, emails, tons of stuff. I write every single day, hundreds of words. So every time I'm writing or doing business on Instagram, I always get right here. This is the exact spot I do it. I lay on this mat and I play on my phone like this. And if I'm gonna be doing it for a long time, I put a cushion under there. So even when I'm watching TV at the end of the day with my wife, we will usually watch 1 hour a night before bed. I got the couch set up in a way where I'm laying like this and I watch TV like this the whole time. So it's really, really good because it forces you to build those muscles in almost a passive way. So this is almost as close to a zero effort hack you can get to actually improving your paddle strength, which is great. And it's because like everyone is spending at least some amount of time on this. So doing the lay down thing is important. However, I totally appreciate that you're spending all day at the office or wherever you are working, it's not realistic to be able to lay on the ground multiple times a day. So what I recommend is what I'll show you. I'll just change the camera angle and I'll show you. All right, so I'm here at my desk. This is where I work sometimes 12, 15 hours a day. It's a standing desk, which is important. So I'm not like this, but when I do use my phone, I use this to lean on. So I'm gonna be, instead of looking down at my phone like this for a long time, I just exactly like this. Place the rest of your arms, head and chest are up, shoulders are back. If you don't have something this high, you can just use the back of a chair. So the chair would be probably this high. You just rest like that, which I do all the time when I'm upstairs. I'm in the kitchen. So those little tiny things are massive. They add up because like your time on the phone is gonna add up. And it's either gonna be doing damage or it can either be benefiting your paddle posture, which of course the correct move is to benefit as much as possible. And it's easy stuff, costs you nothing to do. Just a quick little tip. The next one is more specific on posture and it's your shoulders. So like keeping your shoulders back like this. So if your shoulders are forward like this, you have much shorter paddle stroke length. So you're not fully using the efficiency of your body. So when your shoulders are back, it uninhibits your stroke, but also it makes it longer. So for each stroke, you're moving farther through the water. Rather than having a little flipper, you got a big, long, beautiful stroke. Because each return stroke, so when your arm goes through the water, you got to bring it back too, right out of the water. That takes energy. So if you have a short stroke and you're bringing it back more and more and more, that's not propelling you through the water. So a less return strokes like this equal more energy spent propelling you through the water. Forward shoulder posture, super common. And it's like very unsightly. Like the aesthetics of it are like very like low confidence, low self-esteem, looks really bad, hunchback. It's funny, I had a job operating heavy equipment for over a decade, constantly looking down, you had to look down and it was giving me a hunchback. I didn't really realize it until I would see like candid photos of myself. One in particular, my buddy recorded me skateboarding and I was just doing some trick. I looked at it, I'm like, why am I so hunchback all the time? And it really started to bother me just from the way, because it looked bad, but also it really is bad for your paddle stroke. I've done a zillion different stretches and exercises to help correct this. It's been a long process, but I'm better than ever. I've been doing this new one. I just learned this one too, so it's new to me. It does stretching the front and exercising the back, which is, you have to have the two. You gotta mobilize the front, but you gotta strengthen the back, because it's like a static hold to hold your shoulders back, right? So this is a cool one. So you can do it on the wall, which is easy. You just take one arm, place it back like this, so you're up flat against the wall. Take your other arm and just pulse it open as much as you can. So it's strengthening the back because you're pulling against the resistance here, and it's also in the shoulder here, but it's also building this strength here, right? So it's doing both at the same time. So obviously you gotta do both sides. That's a great daily, before exercise, warming up in the morning, before surfing. Great before surfing actually, because opening this up before surfing is gonna make you less restricted, because when you're paddling, you're already fighting the resistance of the water. You don't wanna fight the resistance of your tight muscles as well too. So doing that before surf, like up against your vehicle, you can do it on the ground too. I'll do it on the tailgate of my truck, laying down like this, but easy stuff, really, really quick win doing that exercise. And the last one, and this is a big one that everybody gets tired does. So your back muscles right here, these are your main paddle muscles, right? That should do most of the work, but when they're not strong there, start to compensate with your core, twisting and bending like this. Problem with that is your core makes up way more mass. It takes way more oxygen to fuel those. So if your paddle muscles fail and you resort to your compensation muscles, it's like dominoes tipping each other over. Like you're basically done when that starts to happen. As well, you're using more energy with your core, but that twisting and stuff inhibits your ability to glide through the water. So you're using this much energy, but only traveling this far. As well, it can hurt your ribs too. So when you're grinding into the board like this, it causes major issues. So that has to be fixed. So the twisting and bending is a symptom of weak paddle muscles, like I just said. So it's less about building the core, because we don't need to be using those muscles to twist. We want to use these muscles to hold us straight, keep your spine straight, so you aren't twisting and bending, you're just slipping through the water using as little energy as possible. So you have to build the paddle muscles in the proper paddle stroke technique, because building that movement pattern, it builds muscle memory. So like, for example, if you were just to do these, it is building those muscles, but it's missing half the stroke, right? So it's gonna limit you as well. And this is a lot lower rep, because pulling your body weight, like I weigh nearly 200 pounds, whereas these are 20. So this is an endurance style workout, and it builds the complete paddle stroke from here all the way back. And so we just take what we've learned and we're working on keeping the head up, keeping the shoulders back, and then just using those muscles. What's important here to hinge forward is the right amount. A lot of mistakes people make is to do this, but that's not going to translate perfectly into surfing. So it's not a great use of your time. Bend the knees, hinge at the hips, head up, shoulders back. Builds the exact muscles you need in the exact way, reinforcing proper paddling technique. So now when you get out to the water, you don't have to think about your technique. It becomes as normal as walking, because you have tons of reps in. So you keep your head up, wherever your surroundings, shoulders back. You're having a very efficient, uninhibited stroke, and you got the muscles to do it for hours. So very, very valuable. So we make these paddle bands specifically for that. They're designed to simulate the resistance of the water plus a few extra pounds. So you don't have to do a 2-hour exercise to get 2 hours worth of endurance. You can condense it down to about between 5 to 10 minutes by choosing the right resistance, but also using the right technique, but holding your breath at certain exercise, and doing a little secret about static hold. So holding your paddle muscles flex for as long as you can when they're tired, because your triceps are the ones that hold your arms straight. Because if you're pulling through the water, your hand bends and your wrist bends and all that stuff starts to break down, you lose that resistance. So you're not getting as much drive through the water. So keep your arms straight, super, super important. All can be done at the exact same time from home with these bands. All right, I hope you enjoyed that video. I hope you can see that this stuff is just so simple. But there's some problems with simple, because simple means there's only one way to do it, and that means everything else is wrong. But when you eliminate all those things, all that's left is a perfect paddle stroke. And a lot of these things that I just showed you, they cost you nothing, and they're just like regular routines you can have. The paddle bands, which we make, we ship them worldwide. They come as part of our program. So if you join our program, you learn the paddle training, the breath training, the pop-up training, and everything that we do, it comes with that. So if you're interested in getting those paddle bands shipped to you, you go down to the description here. There's a link to a video. The video is a free training. It's called 3 Steps to Thousands of Waves. It's the things that we do for every surfer we work with to help them become really, really effective surfers and basically have the body of an expert level surfer so their skills can quickly follow. So that video is free. Watch that. At the end of the video, I'll explain to you how you can get involved in our training if you choose to do so. And that's it. So if you enjoyed this video, a like of this video helps me a ton. And if you want to subscribe, it costs you nothing. You can change your mind at any time if you want to. Helps me a lot as well too. My name is Kyle Russ. This is Hydro Mind. Thanks a lot for watching.